Do adolescents with DLD use social cues differently? And engage with DLD Research Summary. Click the microphone icon on each slide to hear an audio recording of the research summary. Key terms. Words to know in this research. Social cues. Parts of communication which guide a shared understanding of how to behave. Study background. Why was this study important? Individuals with DLD often struggle with social and emotional difficulties. This could lead to difficulties making friends, for example. We don't yet know how these difficulties develop. Study aims. What were they trying to find out? This paper aimed to look at how adolescents with DLD use social cues. It looked at difficulty with social cues as an explanation for the increased social and emotional difficulties. The study aimed to use a new interactive online task to look at adolescents' understanding of social cues. Methods. Participants. Who took part in the research? Participants were adolescents aged 11 to 18. Half the adolescents who took part had DLD, and half were typically developing. Their parents also took part in the research by answering questions about their child. Methods. Tasks. What tasks were involved in the research? Participants were asked to do online assessments. These assessments looked to their thinking skills, language, social functioning, emotions, and understanding of social cues. Their parents also answered questions about their child's emotions and friendships. Results. What was found? Mental well-being. Adolescents with DLD had higher levels of anxiety. However, when asked about their own mental well-being, there was no difference between adolescents with and without DLD. Social functioning. Adolescents with DLD had more emotional and friendship problems, according to their parents. Social cues. Adolescents with DLD took longer to understand some social cues. That is, they found it more difficult to learn that they were disliked. They found it just as easy to learn that they were liked. What do the findings mean? Adolescents with DLD can be good at recognizing positive social cues. That is, social cues which indicate they are liked. Adolescents with DLD may, however, find it more difficult to recognize social cues which suggest that someone doesn't like them. These findings could suggest a positivity bias. This means they may see some social cues as more positive than they are. This could explain the surprising finding that adolescents with DLD do not report lower mental well-being. They may instead struggle to recognize the negative social cues. However, more research is needed to look closer at this link. Find out more. You can read the whole paper for free by following this link. Thank you for reading this research. Contact us with questions or feedback.